This is an album that's all about friendship and collaboration and unity and community. You know, there's just been so much love and so much great vibes that all the guest artists have brought on this project. And I wanted that to be the main theme. Getting together with some of my favorite musicians, some of whom I've played with already, others I've heard and I've always wanted to play with, you know, and I was so thrilled that they were available and able to do this. So what we did is we made the collaborations the main theme, and then we adjusted the music to fit whatever that would be. So in a lot of cases, I let my guest artists take the lead. And I may have come in with suggestions, but I said, well, what would you like to play? And so a lot of times people who came to play with me, they did the count off, you know, because they knew exactly what was the right tempo. Like, for example, when we had Bucky Pizzarelli and we did Little Darling, he was the one counting that off. I definitely went in with the concept of making a jazz record. Now, jazz is my favorite music, so, you know, it's not like there's no compromise there, of course. But the thing of it is, with me, the way that I approach music is I don't really approach it so much in terms of the style of the music. I'm more focused on the elements. So in other words, what's important to me is not so much that, you know, this is a piece of Baroque, or this is, you know, straight ahead, or that's like acid rock or whatever. What's most important is, what is the tempo? What kind of feeling are we going for here? Does the song have lyrics? What are the lyrics saying? What is the song about? Even if we're not doing the lyrics, what is the song about? You know, what's the kind of textures? Is it monophonic, homophonic? You know, what's the form? In other words, I'm focusing on the elements because it's the same elements, regardless of what the style is. And these elements come back again and again in different ways. Jazz itself is so huge, and that even within the umbrella under the umbrella of jazz, there's so much that you can do. I mean, we touched on Brazilian blues, you know, impressionistic, avant-garde, modern classical. I mean, so many things that we touched on, and yet we still made it into a jazz album. Working with all the different collaborators also brought out a lot of things from me musically, because everybody's got a little bit of a different approach. And I kind of came from that school of whatever you do, it should always be making good music. I mean, it's kind of like duh, you know, but it's amazing how often that gets overlooked, because especially as we become accomplished in what we do, we begin to make a name for ourselves. It's very difficult sometimes to remember that, you know, it's not about the ego, it's about the music, you know. And so that's why we have this school of thought that says, remember the music, remember the music. So I was brought up in that school of thought. Remember the music. It's always about the music, and that's never failed me. And so what I do is no matter whom I'm playing with, or no matter what the situation is, I try to figure out what I can play that's going to make good music right here and right now. And so with all these different artists and taking that approach, they brought out all kinds of different things in me.